look at those two handsome guys sitting there.
Okay, so you know that this is live, right?
Yeah. I was thinking. First thing I thought of was those two guys from the Muppets show sitting in the balcony.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody's listening, this is the Graybeard Trucking Risk Show or something.
You could put Y's in there, but I'm not sure how that should be said. So I'm not quite. Yeah.
I wouldn't go wise.
Okay, we'll leave that one. Yeah.
No.
Maybe I'll change my last name to Wise. That would be helpful.
Hey, that would be. And one beard shorter than the other.
Yeah. And I'm trying to let it grow. I want to get it back down to here.
And,
So.
well, I decided the other day I am going to let it grow for Christmas again.
Well, you looked really good with that. I think you do that again. That was good. That was just perfect. So.
You've got a lot more black in your beard than I have.
Yeah, mine is still here. It still hasn't gone away yet. So that's. But yeah, you got the nice Santa beard. That worked out really good. It was nice and fluffy, and you look good. Did you have many kids come and say, "Hey, Santa, can I get this? Can I get that?"
Not a kid. No.
Oh, adults?
No.
No adults either? Wow. Jeez. No job offers at the mall?
No. Did you know, I talked to a guy, and this is kind of craziness.
Yeah.
I went to a costume store.
Okay.
I better be quick. We got 25 seconds.
Okay.
I went to a costume store, and I met a guy there, and I heard him. He was renting a Santa suit, and I got talking to him, and he says he goes to Japan for 6 weeks.
Really?
And gets paid $50,000 US.
Whoa.
For 6 weeks. He said, but he works right up until Christmas Eve. Or Christmas Day, I forget.
Wow.
And then he flies home, so he misses.
There you go.
Hey.
You go. Hey.
Good day, everybody. As you can see, I've got a guest this week, and it's Mr. John Farquhar.
Woohoo!
Summit Risk Solutions. So I went and switched cameras on us.
I see that. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna watch for the blue light.
Okay. So I'm going to move this back. So,
cool.
Johnny, what are we talking about? And sorry, we are both. I know somebody's going to say you guys aren't 6 feet apart. John's in my circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in the circle.
We're in the circle, and not to get political, but we're both double vaxxed.
Yep.
So hopefully we don't infect one another. But
thick skin.
So
we're good.
Hey, I did have a question of sorts.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, we're looking, as some of you may or may not have known, John's going to be a regular contributor to the trucking podcast, what the heck's it called now? The Dawg on It Trucking Podcast.
Yep.
Right?
You should know it. You invented it.
Well, I didn't invent it. My buddy from Halifax said, this is what you got to call your show.
Okay.
All right, and so I called it what he suggested.
All right.
But we are, 1, looking for a new name.
Yep.
And 2, looking for guests.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to apply to be a guest on the podcast with John as the co-host, reach out to John or I and tell us why you should be on the show. Like, what would you want to talk about?
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
what value can you bring to the transportation industry here? And it doesn't have to be just trucking. Anything safety and risk related would be a huge advantage. Driver talks, chit chats, what you're seeing. Hey, how about driver behavioral analysis, driver behaviors period? You know what? Even how's your relationship with your employer? That would be great.
I thought you were going to say, how's your relationship with your wife?
Well, that too. That might have a bearing on what could be happening. There's no doubt.
Well, we do have a lady, and I won't mention her name yet because we haven't solidified that she's coming on the show for sure.
Cool.
But she is a therapist.
Oh, sweet.
And she has chosen, and I love this, she's chosen to specialize in truck drivers.
Oh, sweet. Perfect. We
so,
need more of that.
Yes.
So
she's reached out, and I'm hoping to get her on the show because, again, talking about truck driver mental health, who's saying cool? How do I, sorry, now I get confused here. But I don't get it. Anyways, somebody said cool.
Yeah. Glad you're here.
And
I don't know how to work any of this fangled stuff yet. I haven't learned that. I haven't gone through my mentoring and training phase yet. So.
But you see, what confuses me, we've got 0 watchers.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Yeah.
So, I don't know where that...
Somebody snuck in.
So, but anyway, if you want to apply, please reach out to John or I.
Yep.
If you know one of us, hopefully, if you're watching, you'd be knowing one of us.
Yeah. And even if you don't, reach out anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that was one thing we wanted to talk about.
Yep.
Why are you here today in the studio?
Well, we were working on a joint venture, which is coming up for this Saturday.
But oh, hang on. Hey, let me see if I can find where. See, I've got all kerfluffled today.
See, I've thrown him off his game.
There. No, that's. Keep going. I'll figure it out. Here we go.
So there's some fun stuff happening this weekend that if you're not already part of it, I like that. We do. Yes. So Chris and I have been doing a little bit of recording and using some of his fangled equipment here. So this way, what will be seen this weekend will be looking pretty cool.
There you go. And what is it exactly? What are we doing?
It is the virtual driver training session. I believe this is the 4th in the series. Compliments of KRTS and Safety Dawg, and a number of great sponsors that are helping to put this virtual driver training session into play again. It started last year. I think was it
Thanksgiving weekend?
That's right, November. That's right.
American Thanksgiving.
Yep, American Thanksgiving weekend, and because of the pandemic and not being able to get drivers together, the virtual training session has just been a great idea. And if you've watched the last podcast, you'll know that it's been a good hit. So it's a series that's going to keep moving forward. So it should be good.
We're hoping to keep it moving forward.
Yes.
I mean, the COVID has forced many of us to change in what we do.
Rethink.
And so online training, I think, has a huge advantage.
Yep, very much so. Yep.
For anybody that is registered for this weekend, for instance, maybe not all of, I can't even talk today, maybe not all of your drivers can make it on the Saturday, but you have access to the recording for 30 days.
Yep.
So hopefully your drivers can all watch it within that 30-day period.
Shouldn't be a big problem. Yep.
Oh, I know what the problem is.
Oh.
I forgot to set the phone. Hey, okay, you keep talking. I gotta.
There you go.
Change
technology glitch. So anyway, so I'd be curious with those that are listening in right now. I'd almost be curious to know how many have signed up for the virtual training or are aware of what's going on with the virtual training session that's coming up this weekend. So throw a comment down below.
And I can't change the setting without losing the camera. So.
Okay. There you go. We'd have to switch over to another camera then. So
and which we could do, but actually we will, just for the fun of that. We'll just go to this camera instead. There we go.
There you go.
So now we're on that baby.
Cool.
So we talked about the virtual truck driver meeting. How would somebody sign up?
You got to get a hold of Kim. I'm not even going to say her last name. Sytsma-Hill? KSH at KRTS. And I believe in the show notes below, you'll find her email address. So, reach out and say, hey, I want to be part of the meeting, and she'll get you hooked up. So,
all right. And that is a truism. Reach out to Kim at KRTS. I put the email in there. What else was on the agenda for today? Well, before we get to his pro tip.
Pro tip, yes. So, before the pro tip, well, there's some neat stuff in the news this week. There's no doubt about that.
Yes.
So we're going to kind of see what, we're going to share some of the news details with you as to what's happening. If you haven't seen it already, or if you have, hey, we're just going to repeat it. But it's kind of some fun stuff.
Yes, we were going to talk about that. Sorry, you talk about it because I'll find it again somehow. the 90-year-old.
90-year-old fella just retired this year. He's been driving for 65 years. And amazing story. If you haven't read it, in the show notes below will be a link to the Truck News advertisement. But yeah, it is pretty cool. This fella here has been driving truck for 90 years. His current employer he's been with for 20 years already. And Peter Clausen, that's his name. And he just decided it was probably time. And check that out. 9 million, is that miles? Was that miles or kilometers?
I think it was miles.
9 million miles this guy has put on. Phenomenal. You know, so for anybody that out there that's a new driver, look what you could achieve. You know, what a feat. Just awesome.
So
yeah.
Congrats
great
to
guy.
Mr. Peter Clausen.
Yep.
Of premium, was it premium? Sorry,
Yeah,
premier or premium?
Premium transportation.
Yeah.
Premium transportation out of Centralia, so around the London area. So, and yeah, quite phenomenal. So kudos to him.
Can't believe that.
Yeah.
Just curiosity. We didn't plan this.
Never is. What's the whole idea live, right? Yeah.
Self-driving trucks.
Yes.
When are they coming?
Oh gosh, that's a good question.
And will they be self-driving?
Not really. I don't believe they will. You know, you read the news, you read what's going on out there right now, and you hear these are going to be out in 5 years. These are going to take 10 years. These are going to be out in 2 years. They plan to have this on the road. There are already some units on the road now. But everything we're seeing and we're reading about is there's got to be a driver in a seat. There's no doubt about that. They're not going to get away from that anytime soon. And I think we can talk all we want about self-driving vehicles, but we've got to remember there are other vehicles out there surrounding these self-driving vehicles. So this becomes a problem. And the self-driving vehicles are not taking care of those other vehicles. So that becomes an issue. So I don't think there's going to be any rush in that, and nobody's losing a job yet. So lots going on. So
okay, we're going to jump over to Mr. Farquhar's pro tip. So let me just see here if I can. There we go.
Woo-hoo!
We'll do that, and then I've got to find.
There you go.
There's Chris and Johnny
Look at
now.
that.
Come on now, let's go to the next slide there.
Is it gonna go?
Dun, 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 dun.
The awesome aspects of technology. There
there
it
we
goes.
go.
Woo-hoo!
Oh, let me move the microphone out of there. Go ahead,
Anyway,
Johnny.
So,
What was your pro tip?
Pro tip. Cool. So one of the things that we all have this problem. It doesn't matter what age we are. It doesn't matter who we are, what we do, what life aspects we do, what work aspects we do. One of the things we fail to do is ask for help. Now, whether it be help or training or education, as adults, we are just, not keen on asking for help. So one of the things that's great is in the trucking industry, as an example, because this is what our focus is, we always have these opportunities of complacency. We get stuck in a rut. We get doing the same thing over and over again. We're on the same run. All they do is run Texas and whatnot. Well, you think that would help, but not necessarily. So there's opportunities for education, training. So, interesting enough, this Saturday is some virtual training that would be really, really helpful for everybody. But even that, so driver training sessions, I know many drivers will gripe, I don't want to go to this driver training, but there's great information that can be gleaned from these sessions. Coaching opportunities from your mentors, co-workers, always an opportunity to hone your skills. So my pro tip is whenever there's an opportunity, and if there isn't, ask for help, ask for training, ask for the educational opportunity, coaching opportunities to hone your skills. There's always opportunity to be better at what we do.
Or would you like the
Woo! Party time. Party time. So, yeah. So,
But
Yeah.
let me just throw like another 2 cents. You've been an expert witness, I believe. I'm currently working with a lawyer right now as an expert witness, and I learned something. I shouldn't probably admit this about the bicycle lanes.
Yep.
You know, the solid line versus the dashed line
Right.
along the bicycle lane, and exactly what that means. I mean, that was boom. I'm telling everybody about it. The dashed line, by the way, means that a motor vehicle can occupy the bike lane. It went if and when it's safe, and there's a bunch of stuff that goes to it.
But again, how many people don't know this?
Yeah.
Right. And so, if you're, I was going to say, perfect for local delivery drivers.
Oh yes.
Right. That are in town and whatnot. Question would be, do you know what that line means? Do you know how to work around those bicycles? Because that would be a great opportunity to go, I have to deal with this on a daily basis. What do I need to know that I don't know? Because as Chris found out, and we were talking about this earlier or last week there's not a lot of information on the internet that talks about this situation.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and my question for everybody who's a tractor trailer driver, I just said that the dotted line means that you can occupy the bicycle lane. However, I want your input. What do you do in a tractor trailer? Because you've got maybe 70 feet of vehicle. The dotted line is not, and I repeat, is not 70 feet long. Therefore, you're crossing the solid line. Are you doing that? Are you blocking it with your trailer? How difficult is that making that right-hand turn? Because in my mind, it's making it very difficult now. So I've got lots of questions about that with tractor trailers. With cars or with a small straight truck, I understand what the rule is, and I actually am excited to learn that because it makes a lot of sense to me. But a 70-foot tractor trailer, I don't know.
well, how long is that dotted line section?
30 to 40 feet generally. And we got 70 feet of truck.
Yeah, so by the time I do a swing over to the right to cover it and then come back to the left to make my wide right turn, geez, are my trailer wheels still in that bike lane? Yeah, you know, we'd be curious to know. What do you do? What do you know? You know, what have you experienced? That would be cool.
I got no idea. Leave me a comment. Leave John and I a comment. And
So,
with that, whoops, see, now we got an extra camera on here.
oh, this is talented.
Well, no,
There
we'll
you
just take that one off there. All right. With that, Johnny, thanks. Great job doing your
Awesome.
your thing for Saturday.
Yes, I'm looking forward to how that all turns out. So Chris is going to do some magic behind the scenes to make me look even better.
Yeah.
I think he's going to color my hair. What do you think?
I'm going to give him a beard trim. That's
Ooh,
what I'm going to do.
that'll work. Yeah.
All right, everybody, that's it for this
Awesome.
week. Next Monday, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
We don't know if John will be back or not. He may join us remotely.
Yes.
You never know.
Yes. All depends on what I'm allowed after this session.
Yeah. So if you are interested in appearing on a podcast,
Please.
send John or I an email or DM.
Yep.
Direct message or private message us.
Perfect.
Love to talk to you about what you could possibly be discussing.
Looking
right.
forward to it.
With that, Safety Dog's out, and John from
Summit Risk Solutions.
Yay!
Take care. Arr!
Thank you all. Bye.